Russia is non-stop hitting every inch of Novomykhailivka with artillery and FAB bombs. It's day 671 of Russia's operation in Ukraine. Let's dive deeper. Starting from Bakhmut sector. Russian forces are advancing in multiple areas. Last time we saw Russian forces taking control of this cemetery and its surrounding areas. I also reported that Ukrainian forces tried to counterattack at the railway line in order to relieve pressure from the cemetery, but were late in doing so. However, they did not abandon the plan. Report says they were able to recapture some areas including the cemetery. But this advance was denied by Russian sources, and Deep State also puts the cemetery under Russian control. So until further clarification, I would consider it a gray zone. At Avdiivka, Russian forces after the recent attacks were able to capture this area. With this, nearly 40 to 50% of the village is now under Russian control. Not only this, they also made advances in the direction of Avdiivka. One day ago it was reported that they captured this big area. The objective of this advance was to secure the flank of the assault units storming the village and further pin down Ukrainian units in this region. In addition, Russian forces have increased their shelling on Chasivyar. At the Ivanivsk, Russian forces are now very close to the village. Couple of days ago, Russian forces were able to capture this area. Russian sources say direct assault on the village might begin in few days. In addition, Russian forces have also started advancing along this road. Recently, they took this small area under their control. Ukrainian sources have also acknowledged that the situation is critical for their forces. Now moving to Marinka. After the capture of this area, only areas under Ukrainian control were these. For the last 2 days, Russian forces were slowly advancing on these areas. Today, Russian forces, with the video of them waving flag at the last house, confirmed complete control of the city. Battle that took place for several years has now come to an end. Russian sources say they are not expecting any major Ukrainian counterattacks on the city. Russian forces also had success at Novomykhailivka. Last time we saw Russian forces were pushed back from the outskirts of the village. It looks like Ukrainian reinforcements arrived and were able to strengthen their forces' position in the village. So for the last 3 days, Russian forces have been shelling the village non-stop with various types of ammunition. Russian source said their forces are going to hit every inch of the village. Today's report says they were able to once again gain a foothold at the outskirts. Reports about capture of 30% of the village are false. Now moving to Terny, which is northwest of Kreminna. Once again, Russian armed forces found success in this area. After our last update, Russian forces were attacking on a 4 kilometers front. Today it was reported that, after a few days of fighting, they were able to successfully take this big area under their control, which is around 3 kilometers wide and 1 kilometer deep. However, this advance came at a price. Yesterday, a Ukrainian source published a video of them targeting a Russian armored column with FPV drones, which were attacking in this region. As a result, several vehicles were damaged. Yesterday night, Ukraine dealt a massive blow to Russia. Ukraine was able to destroy landing ship named Novomykhailivka with Scalp missiles. There is rumor about a secondary explosion, which suggests the ship was carrying ammunition. Subscribe for more frontline updates. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.